Well, hello everyone. Welcome to School After Hours podcast, where we talk about all things related to out of school time programming and education. I am your host, Jay Lee. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about how we can wrap up the end of the first half of the school year. So as you know, we're about to go into holiday season, and we are at the place of everything is a little settled at our sites and our programs. And before we go into all the fun festivities for holidays, there's some house cleaning things that need to be taken care of. So that's what I'll be sharing with you today. And we're going to break this series down into 3 parts. So we're going to tackle the first thing in this show, and then I'll be showing the other 2 steps in the next recordings that's going to be taking place to wrap up this series. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do some house cleaning and go ahead and check out our programs. Before the end of the year comes about, there's a few things that I like to do for some in-house cleaning, let me say. So one of those things that I like to do is a mid-semester or mid-quarter assessment. So what that entails is looking at your program from start to finish, from the time that you get there to set up and everyone comes in to help, to the time that you are receiving children, wherever they may be coming from, to the time that they leave. You're going to be looking at your program and seeing what's going well, what things need to be changed, and also make an action plan for those things that need to be changed, okay? And you do not have to do this by yourself. If you have an assistant, if you have someone that's a lead teacher or lead counselor that can help in this process, it is great, because it's good to have an additional pair of eyes in case there may be something that you miss, or there may be something that you may not have thought of to take into consideration as programming is happening. It doesn't hurt to have an extra pair of eyes to look. Or even if you get a supervisor, your supervisor, to come in and help you do the assessment on your program, which is perfectly fine. So these are my mid-session, mid-quarter, let's say, assessments. So like I said, I go ahead and look at the program from top to bottom, from the time that you come set up to the time that, kids are being received. And some of the things that I like to look at in that process is, what do transitions look like? How are students being greeted when they come into programming? Another thing that I have to look at is, group interactions. How are they interacting with each other in large group setting and small group setting? Another thing that I like to look at is our schedule, to see if we are following the schedule throughout programming time. Maybe there may be some things that need to be adjusted to the schedule to match what's going on in the actual day. So making sure that we're not just running around doing whatever we want, whenever we want, right? That we are specifically following the schedule and the activities that's going on. Now, depending on the group, the size of the group, and the age level of the group, some things might need to be changed based on their energy level, based on their level of patience, but also based on their interactions with each other. Sometimes they might just need to go outside for that first portion of the day, or have a fun activity, just kind of separate themselves from the school day and kind of release that energy during after school for the first couple of minutes before going into a specific activity. So just making sure that we're following the schedule that was made. Those are the things I look for when I do a mid-semester or mid-session assessment. Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of our show. I'd like to thank you for watching this far. If you have not, go ahead and hit the like button and also subscribe so you can get notifications